Hi, Chef Ryan Phillips here. I know y'all have heard about Korea's savory onion pancake. And we like to braise a lot of pork over here too, but not usually in one dish. And I'd like to change that today with a braised pork Pajeon wrap. I developed this recipe in a competition a few years back that was highlighting Korean dishes, but with a Western spin. Chefs from all over the world participated and tried to put a spin on each dish related to their home country. And so this one has kind of a little Texas feel to it, but it's still very rooted in Korea. We're gonna braise this pork right here, but first I wanna cut it into little cubes. What we have here is 300 grams of pork shoulder. And the reason we're using shoulder is because it has a nice amount of fat to it, and we need that fat for this braising. All right, so that's cut up nicely. So let's get these into a pressure cooker. If you don't have a pressure cooker, no worries. It just would take a bit longer to do this same process. So in with the pork. Next, I've got 2 cloves of garlic going in whole, a half a tablespoon of fish sauce. That's gonna give us our salinity and some depth of flavor. Now we're gonna sweeten this up a little bit with 3 tablespoons of honey, now 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, and 2 tablespoons of your favorite vinegar. Next, 1 dried Korean red chili and 500 milliliters of water. We've got everything in, so let's get the top on. By using a pressure cooker, we can get the heat on high. And once we hear the sound of high pressure, set a timer for 45 minutes, and that pork will just be fork tender. If you don't have a pressure cooker, about 3 hours is what it'll take to get that same level of tenderness. While that's braising, let's work on our Pajeon wrap. Now, traditionally, Korean Pajeon is kind of thick, and it'd be kind of tough to wrap around some braised pork. So we're gonna modify it to be more like a crepe. Let's start with our flour. I've got 125 grams of AP flour going in here. Now we wanna season this with just a half teaspoon of salt. Then next, 200 milliliters of milk and 50 milliliters of water and 1 egg cracked in. Now we want to whisk this really well. Now, growing up in America, pancakes are always really, really sweet. You know, maple syrup, even peanut butter, the works. But when I lived in Brazil, I discovered more savory pancakes. This is kind of the perfect marriage of the two, but still very rooted in Korean cuisine. All right, now that that's nice and smooth, 2 tablespoons of melted butter going in. You're really looking for this nice thin consistency. Now let's set this aside for at least 30 minutes. It smells so good. Oh, I love this. Now this is kind of moment of truth here. With the 500 milliliters of water, it should be okay. If you go too light on the water, then it'll start to burn before it's done. So hopefully I've got just the right amount here. It smells like I do. Okay, pressure's down, can open it up. All right, yeah. Wow, it really did braise the pork and kind of make a barbecue sauce at the same time. This is really something. To make it a little easier to get rid of the excess liquid, I'm gonna switch to this pan because it has a lot more surface area. Let's get all of our braised pork in here together with all that liquid. There we go. And we'll get this over medium heat and just keep an eye on it. And when it starts to get nice and thick and sticky, then we know we're done. This is perfect now. It's really reduced down. Ah, beautiful. It smells so strong. All that flavor has been condensed down into that pork there. So let's set this aside and go back to our crepes. It is time to get to our for our Pajeon, or in this case, these 3 scallions right here. I want to mince these up. And we don't usually mince them for a Pajeon, but this is gonna be more of a delicate kind of crepe thing, so we're gonna chop them. There we go, all right. Let's get the heat up over here on a small fry pan. There we go. And I've got a little bit of melted butter left in that bowl from earlier. Just gonna give it a little brush. Before that gets cooked too much on top, sprinkle some of your diced scallions right in there. Cooks really fast, so have your heat-resistant spatula ready. Once you get it flipped, you're ready to put the braised pork in with all that soy and fish sauce and honey right in there. And then just kind of fold it over. And you should be able to see those scallions on the outside, nice and bright and green. All right, there we go. Braised pork, Pajeon wrap. Let me just garnish and give it a little kick with a few spicy Korean red chilies. Right there we go. Done. Here we go, the braised pork Pajeon wrap. I'm a little tempted to pour some syrup on this, but it's totally unnecessary. Okay, here we go. Just gotta jump right in here. Yeah, okay. You guys are gonna love this one. Wow. Oh, so much flavor. So much Korean flavor just concentrated into that pork. And then a lovely crepe, plenty of butter there. but those little pops of the scallions, just absolutely to die for. Man. Oh. I could eat 5 of these things.